Hello. For today's Let's Work Together Wednesday, we're going to be talking about microaggressions. Microaggressions are indirect, subtle, or unintentional discriminations against a marginalized group. Today's question is, what can I do to help the women of color at my job feel safe and appreciated? And also, what are examples of microaggression that I can avoid? So, this question is coming from a white woman who works with women of color. And she wants to help provide a safe work environment, a positive work environment, and also what things can she do to avoid getting on somebody's nerves. So, I've also shared a video. Microaggressions are like mosquitoes, and that's the closest example of what a microaggression is for me as well. It's when somebody says something or does something or responds in a way that irritates me a little bit and it stings or itches after. So, like, examples of microaggressions would be, can I touch your hair? Um, do you like your hair that way? Um, oh my gosh, you look so exotic. Things like that. Or making assumptions, like something that I wouldn't know because I'm black, or something that you assume I know because I'm black. Like, for Asian people, a very common stereotype and microaggression for them would most likely be that they're all great at math. Everyone is not great at math, and I'm assuming that includes Asian people. Now, I don't know a lot of Asians, so I can't say. But I know from my experience, at least in the black community, for myself personally, I'm not great at math. So, a stereotype for my whole minority group saying something that I'm not good at would piss me off. So, um, another is mistaking someone's ethnicity. Like, you don't really know where someone's from. Even asking where someone's from. Like, we're all Americans. So walking up to someone and saying, "Hey, where are you from?" and they say, "Ohio." And you say, "No, really, where are you from?" Like, what is that? You know, people touching me without permission. So, someone touching my hair, someone touching my attire. Um, you know, I feel like for women in general, it's somewhat difficult um, feeling secure sometimes in the workplace, just as a woman, because of the things that we go through as women. But women to women relationships in the workplace can be especially difficult if there's cliques, if if I'm one out of 10 women at a workplace and I'm the only woman of color. So, ways to help me feel safe or appreciated, you know, tell me if I do a good job. Say, "Hey, I appreciate the great job you did today." Don't say, "I'm surprised you did so well." "Oh, you speak so well." Don't do that. So, um, you know, it's easy. You don't treat someone how you want to be treated. You wouldn't, regardless of what color you are. If you're white, You wouldn't want someone to walk up to you and be like, hey, where you from? And you say, North Carolina. And they say, no, really. You know, even if you're white, that's not going to feel good. You're not going to be like, oh, you really think I'm not from here? You might. I don't know. But for me, I feel like, from my perspective, if I tell somebody that I'm from Ohio, I expect them to believe me, you know? And feeling safe in a work environment is basically having someone on your side. So if I I'm whispering in the bathroom, or I tell someone who I feel I can, share with, hey, my boss said I can't get promoted because of my hair. Having people listen to you and hear your voice helps you feel safe. Because if something happens, then there's people there that are on my side who can stick up for me, you know. Um, Being appreciated, I feel, is something that, like, if you're someone's boss and, you know, giving them a raise or, little things, telling them that they made your day better, or, you know, I really feel like it's, for me, because I can only talk about my experiences. For me, it's about treating me how you want to be treated. If you walked into the building and I said, "Hey, ask Lindsay because she's from Scotland," and then Lindsay looks at me like I'm not from Scotland, you know, that's the way I feel if somebody says, "Oh, ask her. She's from this country." Like, no, we're all in the same country, bro. You know, and you know things to avoid. Just avoid, being mean or being, inconsiderate. Being, I feel selfish in a way. Like, America's not just your country. This isn't just your workplace. This isn't just your workspace. You have to share. You have to share it with the people that surround you. And it's important to acknowledge their existence and their ethnicity. If you are curious, then ask. Don't say, hey, you're from this place, right? No, you don't know that. So you can't say that. You know, ask people if, hey, and I don't even know. I don't even feel like that's appropriate for work. You know what I mean? It's not, we come here to work, you know? So for workplace environments, just don't treat people how you don't want to be treated. If somebody looks nice today, tell them they look nice. Don't say, hey, you look nice in that dress that came from wherever. Like, just tell them they look nice. Don't ask them if their makeup's based off a tribe from Africa. Just say, hey, your makeup looks nice. I really like it. You know, just be nice and genuine and sincere and treat people how you want to be treated. And if somebody's going through a microaggression at a workplace, be aware. Speak up for people, because if I see something, I say something. And I feel like that's important. Now, don't get fired. But if you have to take it to HR, take it to HR. Or if somebody else is in a situation where you feel like they should go to HR, then encourage them to stand up for themselves. Because it's important. Black women, women of color, don't always stand up for themselves. Because we're always seen as the angry black woman. And at work, it's difficult if you don't have an ally. It's difficult if you don't have someone who's aware of what microaggressions are, what they look like, because you're marginalized and your experiences are minimized. If you say, hey, I'm not comfortable with that, people laugh it off. People say, "Oh, you're just in a mood today." Like, no, bro, I'm not. Like, I'm not going through this every day. And I feel like that. If I go to work and I have to go through this every day, you know, you don't know what people go through when they go home, when they clock out. And I feel like it is important to have a safe work environment. If you um, have a way to institute a program, you know, at your workplace, maybe you could do sensitivity training or microaggression training, where if somebody is biting somebody all day, then you can go to HR and say, "Hey, I think this person is really unaware of what they're doing, and maybe they need a video," you know, something like that. But it's a great question. Um, I've found myself lacking some information as well. Um, but thank you for asking, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you next Wednesday.